Matt got me up at 4:15 to go work out this morning. Yeah, I am equal parts excited for our adventure as well as I am fucking tired.
For 15. Look how cute Biggie is.
He's such a baby. Hi, baby Biggie.
Welcome back to the Besties Unscripted podcast with Grace and Kaylee, your ultimate guide to navigating the realms of physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being.
Join us as we delve deep into the art of self-discovery and empowerment, uncovering the secrets to living your best life. No scripts, no filters, just real talk with your favorite besties.
On today's episode, we're going to explore popular holistic beauty trends and whether they live up to the hype. Some things discussed will be castor oil packs for digestion and detox, olive oil and lemon shots for belly fat loss, acupuncture as a Botox alternative, and infrared combs for hair growth. I have seen these trends everywhere online. Social media cannot get enough of them. So we're going to break down the science behind them. You guys, have decided to be the personal guinea pig. I have been trying these trends out that we're going to go over. So not only are we going to break down the science of like, could these trends even work for you if you wanted them to and why? And then we're going to talk about personal experience. So I'm pumped.
I'm so excited. I feel like this is a great kind of debunk of maybe the social media influencers pushing us onto a supplement or whatever the fuck it may be. So I'm all about this.
And we love a beauty trend. We love a wellness trend that's all natural. So, selfishly, I want all of them to be just the most amazing things. Was there one that I mentioned, Kaylee, that like, you're most excited to learn about?
I'm excited to hear about the olive oil and lemon drop for weight loss, or lemon drop shot. Olive oil and lemon shot for weight loss or belly fat loss, truly.
Had so many lemon drop shots in our life that's exactly where her brain goes. I love it so
Sounds
much.
great.
Well, let's jump in. I'm going to start with a trend number 1, which is the castor oil packs for stomach health. So, what is that? What do I even mean when I'm saying that? It's a cloth that you soak castor oil in and apply to your stomach or abdomen. And they say like you should use heat with it, but essentially your own body heat can kind of be the heat element. So, what I've seen women doing online is they're taking a cloth, pouring the castor oil, wrapping it around their stomach and sleeping in it, and then waking up in the morning and showing off their flat stomachs online. It's supposed to help improve your detox process. It's supposed to help speed up digestion, reduce bloating and inflammation. So that is the fancy image. Have you seen this on your social media?
I've seen it, and I also have some clients that are doing it as well.
Cool.
I have never tried it. I know Grace has tried it, so I'm excited to kind of hear about your experience. But I am very cautious on all these beauty trends. I think just because I did before my weight loss, before my education on everything, I did remember the skinny tea, or what was it?
Yeah, well, the skinny tea, but I believe that was also the product that the Kardashians got into
Yeah,
so much trouble because they were advertising something that had no science-backed research behind it.
yeah. So now I'm like, I don't know. Let's see.
I love it because I pitched this to Kaylee and she's the first thing she says to me is, "Where's the science? Tell me how this could even be possible?" And I'm like, our besties are going to be so thankful for you, Kaylee, because I have it, bitch.
Yeah,
I've
she
got it
has it.
for
I'm like,
you.
no, we need some fucking research.
Let's break down the castor oil packs. Okay, for starters, castor oil contains ricinoleic acid, which has anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. So basically, when you apply this to the skin, some people believe that it can penetrate so deeply that it will start stimulating your digestion and the circulation in that region, so your abdomen, right? Also, the heat element, so at this point, how we've seen it applied is your body heat. It's supposed to help stimulate your lymphatic system. So it's responsible for clearing out the toxins of the body. And then finally, castor oil is known as a natural laxative. So when you actually take castor oil, orally, it really basically is supposed to make you shit your pants, or in a nicer way, stimulate your bowel movements. Okay. So the controversy here is science can say that when you take castor oil orally, absolutely, this is effective as a gut support. But can castor oil penetrate so deeply just from applying it to the skin that it does the same thing, right? So studies are saying that they've seen increased circulation. They've seen some studies about detox, but it is limited because it's not an oral, I don't know, it's not an oral application.
Yeah.
It's, over the skin topically, and that it can and will stimulate your gut. So the real benefit is what science is saying is actually just like your relaxation response. When you apply castor oil over the abdomen region, even if it's not penetrating deeply enough to make you poo, it's definitely relaxing the area and therefore promoting the same benefits, just not as intense as a result. So the bottom line is castor oil is an anti-inflammatory and it does detox, but to the level of how it's effective when applying it on the skin is still debatable. Initial thoughts.
I can see how that makes sense because as we had Amy on here and just talking about how important it is to use clean products because our skin, it's our biggest organ, it's absorbing everything. So I could see how that could be effective.
Yeah, the
Thinking about it.
logic is there for
Yeah.
sure. And so I went on Amazon and I bought an all organic cotton cloth pad that actually will wrap around my stomach and it ties in different places. At first, I was concerned with the ties because I do not like sleeping and being uncomfortable. I pretty much sleep naked because I just don't want to get caught up in anything. But this is actually super, super comfortable. And I know the all organic cotton is important for the reason Kaylee just mentioned. Like, we don't want anything on our skin carrying any type of bacteria or pesticides that they spray on non-organic cotton. So that's an important thing to note if you're going shopping. And then a nice castor oil. And I was doing this every single night. I did it for about 2 weeks. And I will say I did notice after wearing it for about 60 minutes, and I would apply it like shortly before going to bed, my stomach would start to churn. Now, if that's from the relaxation or from the castor oil effects, I was like, oh, okay, like she might have to take a poo. I love this for her. So that was my initial response. I don't know if I can commit to using it every single night just because it's like one more thing to the routine. But I would say if you want to wake up feeling really not bloated, have a flat little tummy, try it out and see what you
Or
think.
maybe if you're constipated, sounds
Constipated would
like
be a good
that
one.
would be, I'm into it.
Okay. A next trend I want to break down with you is the olive oil and lemon shots for belly fat loss, which I know you're really excited
I'm
about.
so
So
excited.
basically, it's taking a daily shot of half olive oil and half fresh pressed lemon juice. And this is supposed to help support your liver function, boost your metabolism, and break down belly fat. Initially, are you like, can you buy into this or do you want me to break it down for you
Initially,
first?
I know, and I've done the research on science-backed warm water with lemon, and I'll drop a little cayenne pepper. So
Ooh,
I know about that, but what's interesting to me is how the olive oil is adding to this. And
okay.
this is also on an empty stomach, right?
Yeah, so it's supposed to be the first thing you do in the morning.
Okay.
When you wake up, you go into the kitchen and you take your olive oil and your lemon shot. And essentially, they recommend taking this in doses. So if you have like a summer's around the corner, you're going on a vacation, you really want to maybe lose the last 5 pounds before you're in that bikini, 2 weeks. Don't do it for more. You're not supposed to do it every day, but it's supposed to be that little like jump start. So, how it's supposed to work is that olive oil is rich in healthy fats that improve insulin sensitivity and can help with fat distribution and metabolism. Olive oil also contains oleuropein, oleuropein, and other polyphenols that may reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the body, which we know when we're inflamed, we're just accumulating fat. Also, lemon juice helps produce bile production, and more bile in the body will aid digestion and make things flush out. And healthy fats, like olive oil, is also supposed to slow your digestion and can make you feel fuller throughout the day. So it's kind of the overall thought around how it works. We already know that a Mediterranean diet is like super primo.
One of
Everyone
the
loves the blue
best.
zone. Yes. And a Mediterranean diet includes a lot of olive oil. And I actually, Kaylee, am really excited to talk to you about this from a fitness perspective
Yes.
because we've had a lot of conversations about olive oil. But yeah, it's rich in it. So science is supportive of the fact that olive oil, obviously in doses, is really good for the body, but there's no direct evidence that saying taking olive oil shots in the morning is specific to burning your belly fat. Okay, just worth noting. And that lemon juice also doesn't directly burn fat, but the vitamin C in the lemon juice can help with iron absorption and all of your metabolic functions, which is really important for helping to break down fat. So, although science can say there is no direct link to an olive oil and lemon shot, it can improve digestion, reduce inflammation, and help with your blood sugar. So, they say overall, a balanced diet is obviously still really crucial and critical for breaking down fat and for feeling at your best. But olive oil is not bad for you. Lemon juice isn't bad for you. So, as long as you're taking this in moderation, you're not hurting yourself. And from my own personal experience, I guess I'm going to talk about pooping a lot this episode.
We're here for it.
And, casual segue, I did have a time where I started what I call the she shits movement, where I really felt like women shouldn't be shamed for shitting, for using the bathroom, for going number two in the poo.
I
So this
agree.
is just me channeling back into it. Um, yeah, I was doing this for a little over a week. I did notice that I was super full throughout my day, which I thought was really cool because I also had tried the GLP-1 synthetic like copycat that's supposed to be, so synthetic's not the right word. The GLP-1 copycat from Array, ARRAE is the vitamin company, but they make like their faux Ozempic. I tried that and I did not notice a major difference in my body. And I took it for like 2 months versus this.
I
I
didn't even
felt
know
full.
you were doing that.
Yeah, I did it right before the wedding because I was really trying to lose weight. And so it's like anything will help. It was one of those impulse Instagram ads moments, but I did not notice a difference. Taking this, like after day one, I was full. Like you guys, I went out to dinner with Matt to go eat sushi, and I'm obsessed with sushi. I can just like funnel it down my stomach. And I had to stop after like 6 bites. I was like, I'm so full. And I hadn't been binging all day.
You were
I was
that
also,
bitch.
yes, and I was on my period. So, which is when I normally like to overeat.
Mm-hmm. Same.
So I definitely think I noticed a difference from the olive oil and the lemon. Even though science can't say 100%, I give it my full support, if I'm being honest.
So when they're saying the olive oil and lemon shot, wait, first, where did you hear this from? Like
Okay,
online, Instagram?
I heard it on a podcast from a doctor who was speaking on the Skinny Confidential podcast, and I wrote it down, and then I started doing research on it, and I found multiple wellness doctors, influencers, etc. were talking about this as a weight loss suggestion for clients.
Okay, love. Okay, let's say as a coach perspective,
Yeah.
yes, I think if this works with your schedule and it fits in, the goal, your fat goal you're trying to get within your macros, all the things, then
Yeah.
go for it. I also think just making sure you're eating a well-rounded, balanced diet will also do the same thing. I think the reason why you and others are so full, well, the reason is because fats slow your digestion. So if you're having it in the morning and you're eating throughout your day, your digestion is slowing. So instead of having your quick carbs, simple carbs, maybe breakfast and lunch, and then by dinner, you're starving because you haven't had enough fats in your first part of the day, you're going to want to load up on food or at dinner and probably go way over calories because you're starving, right? And you're not slowing down for your mind and body to connect because you're just food, I need to eat. But also, if you are barfing while you're taking this shot, you can have a good, balanced, higher fat breakfast. So
Right.
I like to work out in the mornings. That's why I have lower fats in my morning and then higher fats lunch and dinner. But if you're a afternoon workout girl, whatever it may be, or super early in the morning. Grace got up early as fuck this morning to work out at 4:15. So she could have a little bit of protein, like 15 grams of protein, some fruit for simple carbs, come home, have a simple carb meal with protein, maybe like Greek yogurt and some fruit on top or something. And then 2 hours or something, have a meal where she's having a good amount of fats. That way
Mhm.
she has that big, full meal, feeling full, and she can carry out her fat macros through the day,
That makes
slowing
sense to
digestion. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, you could replace your olive oil and lemon shot with half an avocado or some avocado and, drizzle some lemon on it. And it's essentially like just introducing the concept of like healthy fats and lemon into your body.
Yeah,
But to your
so
point, dependent on the day or the time and your schedule and what you're
yeah.
doing.
Like, let's say your fat macros are 50 grams of fats.
An
Say
ounce of olive oil. So, say like if you're going off of
it's
like
1
a
ounce of olive oil.
yeah.
So 1 ounce of olive oil is about 29 grams of fat.
Woo!
So that is a lot of fat.
Yeah. So this is where Kaylee and I have had this conversation, which I was really excited to hear it from your perspective, because what I find so interesting, and obviously it's very dependent on your goals and like what you're trying to accomplish. For me, when I was trying to lose weight, Kaylee and I were talking about how much fat I should be consuming. Obviously, you want healthy fat in your diet, but I was just like consuming a ton of fats because I've also understood that the Mediterranean diet is a great one. And I love olive oil. I love the taste of really good olive oil. And she's like, that's great, babe. But like, also, you're not going to accomplish what you want if you're just like drowning yourself in olive oil all day. So I feel like that's a really important distinction.
Yeah, it is. It and I think it's just more so your lifestyle, like, if you are tracking macros, if you're not, but just knowing, how much fats would be great for my body, for my
Mhm.
hormone health, for all of the great things that my body needs these fats for to function correctly. And then thinking about, if I'm taking 30 grams of olive oil every morning, what does my diet look like for the rest of the day? And fats
Yeah.
are great, especially for women. Like, we want a great, balanced, beautiful diet. We have so much, the hormones, all of the things that women go through. Okay. Fats are great. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think anyone should be cutting out fats at all. I just think it's frustrating to like do all of these things because one of your favorite influencers is doing it, but
Yeah.
not knowing she's aware of how many fats she's getting to get to her goal weight or to stay at maintenance or whatever it may be. And you're doing it, plus you're eating as you are. So you're adding in a lot more calories, which is fine. I don't want you to be anyone to be scared of calories, but it goes back to like behind the scenes of what we don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
when someone's like, "Oh, this is what I do and look how flat my stomach is." But also she's counting and knowing what she's consuming each day. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's just my
Well,
initial.
and when you said that, what resonated with me is one of my favorite videos I like to see on social media is I love to see like what people are eating in a day because I like to cook. So it's like recipe inspiration for me. Like, oh, that looks like a healthy meal. But I think a lot of the times, exactly what you just said, if you see someone who has a flat tummy or a really lean body, she's like, this is what I eat in a day to stay lean. There is so much missing information that you could copy that exact meal plan and it wouldn't do what it's doing for you that it is doing for him or her. So, yeah, we appreciate having our designated health and fitness expert on the call right now
Yeah,
to
I
keep us.
agree because we're all so different. I know I've said this a billion times, but that's why I will say this with true confidence. It's so important to hire a coach or hire someone to really evaluate you, your metabolism, even your hormones, your lifestyle, your
Mhm.
schedule, to debunk some of the crazy diets that have been shoved down our throats since we were little girls.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways,
I love it. That was a good one. And I think that gave everyone an idea if they want to try their olive oil and lemon juice shot or not. I will continue drinking mine because I love burping in the middle of the day and just tasting more olive oil.
So gross.
Okay, trend number 3 I want to break down is acupuncture as a Botox alternative. So I think we all understand what Botox is, but basically, acupuncture is supposed to be for helping relieve pain. It's an Eastern medicine practice that has completely transformed and taken over the world by storm. But cosmetic acupuncture is for wrinkle reduction. It can also improve your blood circulation and stimulate collagen production, which we know keeps the skin tight and firm like we like it. So before I break this down, I want to say I did listen to a podcast from Ariel Lori, which I'm not sure she changed her last name yet, but she does the Blonde Files, and I think she just changed her podcast name. But she had an allergic reaction to Botox, and it was very bad, like paralysis of like half of her face, and it took a long time for her to be able to get back to like normal range of motion across her face. And that kind of spooked me. I love Botox. I'm an avid user. Kaylee uses Botox, if you're okay with me saying that.
Yes.
So this is not anti-Botox, but if you're looking for a more natural transition or alternative, I was really curious by it. So how it could work is basically, and this is kind of funny to say, but it's micro trauma to the face. Little tiny needles poking at your face create tiny injuries on the skin, which ultimately will trigger your body's response to help start healing those tiny injuries. And that can stimulate collagen production. So, very similar to when you get microneedling done on your face as a cosmetic procedure, it's just supposed to help really boost the collagen and keep things nice and tight and bouncy. So, also inserting acupuncture needles can increase the blood flow to your face. So, bringing all of the good oxygen and nutrients right where we want it on our skin. Botox works by paralyzing the muscles, and acupuncture kind of replaces that by not paralyzing, but like tightening. It kind of keeps your body on a defense system. Like I said, it's like tiny little injuries over and over. Some people have claimed that acupuncture can help with fluid retention. And honestly, fluid retention in your face is just going to help reduce puffiness, make your skin appear firmer. We don't want dried out skin. We like the skin to be elastic and bouncy and look like it is dewy. The whole I want my face to look like a glazed donut trend is still among us. So now, what does the science say? Studies have shown that acupuncture may temporarily increase collagen production and improve the skin elasticity, but results will take longer to appear than compared to Botox. And to me, that's kind of like a duh. Like you're paralyzing your skin versus just doing tiny injuries to it. You're not going to see the same intense results as you do when you do get Botox.
Right.
Science also says that while acupuncture won't freeze your wrinkles like Botox can, it can improve fine lines and skin texture over time. So, science supports that acupuncture can help with the fine lines and wrinkles, which is the main reason people get Botox. But you have to do it consistently and you have to do it over a long period of time in order to see the kind of results that you're looking for. So, it's really more of a commitment to the journey versus, hey, my wedding is in 2 months. Like, I need to go get Botox so that I feel like I'm just snatched. Also, I know people are using Botox a lot now for kind of facial manipulation. You can kind of change the way your jawline looks, how things are laying on your face by just getting injections, depending on where your injector is placing it. So, this would not help with this. Acupuncture is solely for the lines and the little wrinkles that we don't love as we age.
Yeah, it seems like it's just more of an upkeep type of thing, like Like if you go to one every month or every couple
Mhm.
weeks, just adding this into your routine, I could see that being beneficial, or starting to go, but making the appointment for how long do you think I should go before I get my next kind of treatment? Kind of like a doctor prescription vibe versus, like you said, a quick fix. But this makes me think of the roller I have it's like the micro needle roller,
Mhm.
Like I don't see why you can't just do that every day and save the money.
You honestly could,
Yeah.
because it basically is the same thing. I think that the acupuncture, the little pricks that it causes, it might be a little bit more intense than, say, your roller,
Yeah.
but it's mimicking the same effect.
And
So if you're
someone
doing it daily, you would see results after a long period of time.
yeah, and someone being there, like, doing it for you, it probably does have
Yeah.
a bigger effect on it than the roller, 100%.
If it's intentionally trying to target some of your fine lines and wrinkles, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm
I
here for
I
that.
personally haven't tried this out yet because, like I said, I just got my Botox for my wedding, but I am very interested in trying it. So I will report back should I do that.
Do it.
The final trend I want to go over today are these infrared combs for hair growth. Okay. So basically, it is a comb that uses infrared light. So almost looks like a brush, but it has a long tube with little prongs sticking out that also have infrared light streaming through them. And it's supposed to stimulate your hair follicles, encouraging hair regrowth, improving your scalp health by basically increasing the blood flow to your hair follicles. So I actually saw this a lot online for men. There's been this recent conversation for men that they don't have a lot of options when it comes to hair thinning or pattern baldness. I've seen a trend where men are now getting those really nice, like, toupees that are glued down, and there's hairstylists that are being trained specifically for this, because history has taught us the only other choice that men have is Rogaine, which is a chemical that you have to put on your head every single day. Or don't quote me, it might not be every day, but you have to consistently use it for it to work. So it's like taking something that you have to now use forever if you want hair. And I think that's kind of bullshit. I think for women, we know, like, women also suffer from hair thinning, losing chunks of hair, depending on where your health is at. So it's important for everyone. But that's how it kind of got my attention. So I
Mhm.
was like, the boys are concerned with their vanity.
Of
Welcome.
course.
So, how could this work? Well, red light therapy, which we know and love, infrared light, especially low level laser therapy, is believed and proven to have stimulating hair follicles, which will ultimately promote the regrowth. The light will increase the ATP production, which can help dormant hair follicles, those pesky ones that don't want to do their job, become super active again, which is important if you're trying to grow new hair. It will increase your blood flow, expanding the blood vessels. So, kind of what we talked about with the skin, we just want all of the oxygen and the good nutrients going to where you need your body to work.
Mhm.
So, similar concept there. And then reducing the inflammation. So, a lot of times, like, they had those hair scalp clinics now where people will go and they'll show you what your scalp actually looks like.
Ew.
There's all types of, like, skin irritants, tiny bacteria that can live on your scalp. And so you could be struggling from something that you don't even know about, and red light will help eliminate that inflammation that it's causing. So science is like, I don't know, girly pop. Science says that the low level laser therapy is FDA approved for hair regrowth. So they're supportive to an extent, right? Because they say that clinical studies are showing that there's measurable hair density improvements for people using this for, again, about 6 to 12 months. So this holistic practice is a time commitment as well. You can't just take it and be done with it. And it works best at an early stage of hair loss. So, kind of, if you're in this process where you're maybe almost bald or you've been losing a lot for a long period of time, this is not going to be the quick fix that helps you bounce back. This is something to start implementing when you immediately start to see any type of hair thinning or hair loss. So, it actually is one of the most promising holistic methods for hair regrowth, which is exciting. So, I had bought one on Amazon. I think it was $25. And I've been using it every single night. And I'm not going to lie, you guys, like, my hair is freaking doing its
Yeah,
thing.
it
It's
looks really good.
long, it's healthy, and I'm blonde, so I get highlights. But yeah, it's definitely growing. It's definitely active. I'm not experiencing major thinning or loss, but I've started to get my husband into it. It's just like a, hey, every night before you go to bed, just kind of wave through it. You do feel like you do feel a kind of tingling sensation, which is almost like a little prick, but I just kind of take it as like a, okay, you're waking me
It's
up. Like, let's
working.
go. Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of into it. I actually might get one. What about I'm guessing for the people that are already, like, bald, it's just not there's no hair to, You can't do that.
You can't do that, unfortunately. Like, at that point, it is a toupee or Rogaine,
Ugh.
kind of
I
conversation,
can't
yeah,
with
or
the
just
toupee.
rocking the bald.
Yeah, rocking the bald would be my choice, but,
I do that too.
you know, to
Gotta
each
do
their
what you
own.
gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be comfortable, be exciting. Wigs are fortunately a really beautiful thing that people have invested time and money on. There's a woman on Instagram who has alopecia and she does get ready with me videos because she just shaved her head. And so every day she's like a different character with a different wig. And it's so fun and cute. So I think you lean into whatever cards you have, but if you're thinning, try it out.
I love that. Okay, I might get one for funsies.
I think we learned a few things, which is one, most of these holistic beauty trends require time and a commitment. It's never going to be a quick fix. If you're going to try something new, you have to try it for a long period of time. And that there's some promise there. Like there really is, instead of going to the doctor and being like, help me, give me a pill, let me do this. We have alternatives that are somewhat proven to work. And I'm excited about that.
I agree. I think a lot of them I am down. Like it even blah, blah, blah. The science backed info. It really does seem like a lot of these probably are worth your time. Again, depending on your symptoms, your schedule, your person, your whatever you're trying to do, but I'm into them. I'm into it. I love them all.
And this is why I love Kaylee as a fitness coach, because I feel like if you're going to hire a coach, you want someone who is willing to have a conversation about holistic, like, options for yourself
Yeah.
in addition to all of the other things to do. So I do think, we are not medical professionals. Caveat, like, consult a professional before trying something, making sure your body is okay with new things.
Mhm.
But it's just my 2 cents. I
Yeah.
think it's worth giving it a shot. So I'm curious if if you're listening right now and you've tried a holistic beauty trend that you're obsessed with, like cannot get enough of, please message us on Instagram at the Besties Unscripted podcast. I am dying, itching, thriving, foaming at the mouth. I just want to have them all. I want to know them all.
Yeah. And anything that you want us to look up and get that science backed info for you, girl, because you're so busy and you want us to do the work, we've got your back.
100%. And I think the final tea we need to leave is our March book club.
Yes.
So I'm a little mad at Kaylee because we started March book club about a week ago and we're reading The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, which is a thriller,
Mhm.
if you will. She's finished it.
I finished it last night, guys. I needed to know if I was right or not, truly. And I've written down a ton of notes for y'all. And Grace and I decided we are going to do March book club on the final Thursday of the month. So mark your calendars. Every last Thursday of the month, we want y'all to join us, and we're going to find a good platform for this to go down so we can all unite as besties in the community and, talk about this freaking book because I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And if you've read it and you want to come, please come. I cannot wait to talk about it with Grace. So she'll probably finish it soon. She's at the part where you're like, okay, that's it. I'm just going to figure out what the fuck is happening. Anyways, please join us the last Thursday of the month for Besties Book Club and visit our website,
www.theunscriptedwellnesscollective.com. We have more information about the book club as well as all of the guests that we've had on, quick, easy access to go shop their products or learn more about them or learn more about us.
Yep. So thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.